Babies deserve constitutional protection.
Then where is the help for them once they're born?
The help? I'll tell you the help. We give them Medicaid.
Well, we're cutting that Medicaid. And on top of that, most US states, whether conservative or liberal, will literally steal foster youth's social security benefits to pay for their care.
We give them charitable assistance.
We're relying on charity for these kids. Go look at Facebook, go look on GoFundMe and see the people who are trying to fundraise money just so they can afford to pay their own bills so they can raise their own children. And look at how many of those campaigns raise virtually nothing. And contrast that to the thousands of wealthy, hopeful adopters hoping to adopt an infant that are able to raise tens of thousands of dollars so they can pay exorbitant amounts of money to adopt children through adoption agencies.
There's people, by the way, we know we have 2 million people on the adoption waiting list.
That's true. There are on average 45 hopeful couples waiting to adopt each infant that becomes available for adoption. But the 2 million people that are waiting to adopt infants have preferences. They want specific types of children. They don't want the children that are already in the system who are eligible for adoption. They want babies that they can pretend they gave birth to so that they can cosplay as mother and father. I don't mean for that to sound callous, but that is exactly what adoption actually entails. When I was born, I was issued a birth certificate, and that birth certificate was sealed in court. I was then reissued a new birth certificate that lied to me and said that the people who adopted me were literally the people who gave birth to me. These 2 million people are not waiting in line as a form of altruism. They want what they want, which is in most cases a healthy white baby. And what happens when children are born and they are not the ideal embodiment of what these 2 million people want is they end up in the system. When you restrict abortion access, you will end up with more kids in the system, whether you want it or not.
Two times as many people on the adoption waiting list than abortions every single year.
How many people do you know actually adopted a child?
A lot, actually. How many of you guys were adopted? A lot of people. Look at all these miracles of adoption around you. Praise God that your mom didn't have an abortion. Praise God your mom didn't have an abortion. Praise God your mom didn't have an abortion.
So smug. And yet, he was completely wrong. Charlie Kirk's own allies in the pro-life movement discovered in the early 2000s, after years of studying quote-unquote birth mothers, that women are not choosing between abortion and adoption. Would you have any interest in carrying out a pregnancy for 9 months just to give away your child as some form of gift to one of these 2 million people waiting in line? Adoption only becomes a choice when a pregnant person feels choiceless. And to Charlie Kirk, all I ever was a person who survived an abortion that my mom never even thought of having.